Okay. Hey Sonja, we're about to do your balance. I've got David as our surrogate today. Because you've done so much work, David might end up having some thoughts as a holistic counsellor, but maybe not. It'll be interesting to see where his thoughts go throughout the balance. But I've got a whole bunch of stuff that maybe your kinesiologists and your counsellors haven't worked with you on. So I'm going to try to maybe do some things that aren't quite the normal sort of way. But anyway, we'll see what shows up for you because it sounds like, with all of the work you've done, I agree with you. It's just not sticking for some reason. And David and I were just chatting, because you've gone through your timeline and really helped to debug a lot of those traumas from your childhood, and this stuff keeps showing up. There's obviously still something going on. So yeah, we'll check out a whole bunch of stuff. Okay, let's get going. Okay. Okay. I'm now 100% Sonja. I'm now 100% Sonja. Okay. Give me a yes, give me a no. I am now 100% Sonja. Yes.
I'm 100% Sonja.
Beautiful. Is Sonja 100% Sonja? No. You're 100% Sonja, but Sonja's not.
Can we make it so that it benefits me in this or not? No.
Oh, let's just ask.
Yeah, and then it might flow better.
Yeah. Asking the universe, the energy, asking our guidance, if there's anything that benefits David throughout this balance for Sonja that doesn't detract from Sonja's balance, ask it to be so. Yeah, okay, beautiful. Okay, Sonja, so where do we need to start with you?
With Sonja now?
Yeah, oh, you already were. So asking the body where we need to start with Sonja. So where do we need to go? Okay. So we need to start by checking your Chiron point and seeing where it is in the body and whether or not it's leaking energy. So I'm going to get you, Sonja, to say, health is good, health is good.
Health is good, health is good.
And hold.
Sitting hold.
And hold. No. So that's in third stage stress. Do we need to balance it now? Do we need to add the next one? We need to add the next one. So now say, wealth is good, wealth is good.
Wealth is good, wealth is good.
And hold.
Now hold.
And hold.
Almost.
Yeah, so you can imagine when your body is constantly challenged, like even with those thoughts, because you're getting those visuals, all day, every day. You can imagine because you're constantly on the lookout for health, that drains your finances as well. So how can your health be good without wealth and vice versa? So let's go and ask the body, do we need to do a balance now? Okay, now we need to do a balance. Okay, so where do we need to go? So adrenal, survival, deep survival, hidden deep survival, celestial circuit, Chiron point, celestial circuit. So we need to do the celestial circuit in relation to health is good, wealth is good. Yes, we do. So because your health and wealth are constantly out of balance, it's throwing your center of gravity. So the Chiron point is just underneath the belly button. Hold. Yeah, so it's not where it's supposed to be. So let's go find out. Actually, I'll put in the celestial circuit points. Beginning and end points of the central and governing. Double hidden, double suppressed.
Not holding.
No. And hold. No, not a chance. And it's the masculine side, it's the yang side that's totally exhausted. That's the doing side. So because you've been trying to do stuff for your health and do stuff to fix your trauma and everything, your body's just exhausted from doing. And thank goodness you just keep on going back there and, trying to get your brain sorted. But gee, it's an effort. It's an effort. So the yang side, that masculine doing, positive, is just a little bit knackered. Health is good. Health is good. Wealth is good. Wealth is good. Yeah, and how often are we just told we need to live with things by the medical profession?
All by our people.
Hmm?
All by our people.
All by our people, yeah. Okay, let's recheck the celestial circuit. Actually, firstly, where's that Dantian? Hold. Okay, so that's locking the center of gravity. Let's go back and recheck the celestial circuit. Hold. Either balanced or second stage. No, second stage stress. Okay. So, do we need to center via the yin or the yang? Nope, something different. So, something else. Okay, so we need a flower essence. Okay, so there's a flower essence called Bush Fuchsia. It's part of the super learning essence. It's part of the calm and clear essence. It's something that helps our left and right sides of the brain communicate. Because you're on so many medications, some of those medications inhibit the brain from normal functioning because they're keeping the body so targeted for very specific processes. That's not saying to go off anything. That's the worst thing in the world some people can do. 6 drops. One of our joint clients took about, her doctors had swapped her over, a dozen medications or something in 6 months. Just hideous, and it really screwed up her neurology. 6 drops is huge, Sonja. So that sort of indicates that this energy, and exactly like you said, has been around for a long, long time. Open. Because 7 drops is a whole lifetime, so 6 drops is either something really traumatic that's happened recently or something that's been there for most of our lives.
How old are we?
Pardon?
How old?
I don't know.
Okay.
I know I've got that somewhere, but I don't know how old. Okay. So do we need something else for the celestial circuit? We do. More of the same, more of something else. Yes, our oscillation chakra, essence, cranial, cheek tuning for a tuning fork combo. Okay. So what's the first coordinate? We need lung. So lung is deep held grief, guilt, regrets.
Grief. Loss.
And it's yin, so it's yin-ternalized. And then it's
Instead
liver.
Yang-ternalized.
Yang-ternalized. So then, so then it's liver. So, and interestingly, the lung energy is the grandmother energy of liver. So the liver is blocking it, stopping the grief, guilt, regret from being able to move through. And liver energy is internalized rage, anger, frustration.
Liver might be overworked with a lot of meds too, I guess.
Yeah, the medications, and then the
They've
more
all got to
we
go through the liver.
They do, and we can end up building up a residue of all those drugs in our liver, which can mean that we are getting a heightened effect from the drugs because the half-life gets longer and longer.
Oh, does it?
Yeah. So
the half-life is how long it takes to leave the body.
yeah. Right, okay, so interesting. So the combination of lung and liver, I didn't think of it from a metaphysical perspective. It's around feeling hampered and suffocated. And because you've got this stuff going on all day, every day, it's inhibiting your life. It's stopping you from living your best life at the moment, Sonja. So the flower essence.
Suffocating's interesting with that type of thing.
Yeah.
Interesting metaphor.
And actually, and even from a physiological perspective, some drugs, part of the way they work by making us sleep better is by basically suffocating the central nervous system so that it isn't awake all night long. So it's like a suffocation process. So that's why with some drugs, when we're using them to go to sleep, we wake up feeling like total crap the next day because we've basically suffocated our central nervous system overnight. So the flower essence for that lung-liver combination is Queen of the Night. And So Queen of the Night, we need to do 3 layers of this. It's about being a victim of the frailty of life, a state of darkness and dissociation brought about by absorbing energies without being rooted or grounded, impotence and inadequacy in the face of God or whatever your belief is, distortion or blockage of the female receptive principle. All of those are showing up for you, Sonja. So we need to do 3 rounds of this with a fairly complete affirmation. So this will take a few minutes. So the blue is lung and the green is liver. So I need to do the meridians. Do I need to do chakras? Yep. So I need to do crown, base, and 8th chakras. Do I need to do layers of the aura? So basically your body doesn't care what we do as long as we shift this energy. So the energy is really stuck in here. And when you're getting those visuals, those faces, you know that there must be like a gap and we haven't even got to the Chiron point yet. So anyway, it might not show up, but I suspect it's going to. Okay. I take responsibility for my attitudes and now choose to kindly, gently, lovingly, and supportively transform my being a victim of the frailty of life, my state of darkness and dissociation brought about by absorbing energies without being rooted or grounded, my impotence and inadequacy in the face of God, my distortion or blockage of the female receptive principle into all-encompassing love. I make the commitment to kindly, gently, lovingly, and supportively experience the blissful power of deep seeing, understanding, feeling, and sensuality. I take responsibility for my attitudes and now choose to kindly, gently, lovingly, and supportively transcend my being a victim of the frailty of life and my state of darkness and disassociation brought about by absorbing energies without being rooted and grounded into all-encompassing love. I make the commitment to kindly, gently, lovingly, and supportively experience the blissful power of deep seeing, understanding, feeling, and sensuality. I take responsibility for my attitudes and now choose to kindly, gently, lovingly, and supportively dissolve my impotence and inadequacy in the face of God, my being a victim of the frailty of life, my distortion or blockage of the female receptive principle, and my state of darkness and dissociation brought about by absorbing energies without being rooted and grounded into all-encompassing love. I make the commitment to kindly, gently, lovingly, and supportively experience the blissful power of deep seeing, understanding, feeling, and sensuality. I've got a real overwhelming sadness in underneath this, Sonja. Like there's a real, it's like part of your nervous system is just so exhausted and sad that this is happening. Like it's a really, it's through the heart chakra that I'm feeling that. So I'm so sorry you're going through this, hun. It's just, it feels really entrenched. Let's see where that celestial circuit's at. And hold. And hold. Beautiful. Love the celestial circuit. I love teaching it in foundations. It's so much fun. People go off and have so much good fun energy with it. Now that was all to shift the health is good, wealth is good. So again, health is good, health is good. David?
Health is good, health is good.
And hold. And hold. Beautiful. So health is good as balance now. Hold. Beautiful. Wealth is good. Wealth is good.
Wealth is good, wealth is good.
Hold. Hold. Beautiful. And wealth is good is balanced as well. So now only give me an unlock if there's an issue with the Chiron point leaking. And hold. Yeah. Okay. So let's go find your Chiron point. It's different on everyone. So if this is leaking, it does indicate that there's a leak from your body out into the universe on a daily basis. So let's go find out where it is. Is it on the back of the body? Is it on the front of the body, the side of the body, the side of the body, the back of the body? So let's see where it is. Okay, so it's somewhere in the midsection. Okay, so it's pretty much centered at the back. So I'm going to start.
Behind the solar plexus.
It is.
It's behind here. I can.
No, it's here.
It's down there. Okay.
Yeah. So you can feel something else going on up here.
Yeah, but maybe that's me.
Yeah. So this little, that's sort of, yeah, so that little spot there, the Chiron point, yeah. Let me check what this is, because that is an area behind there that links in with another process.
A little bit higher, about there in the back.
Yep, yep. So we'll pocket that for now. Okay, so let's have a look at the Chiron point. So what percentage is the Chiron point leaking? So to 10 to 20 to 30 to 40 to 50 to 60 to 70 to 80 to 90, 100. It's 100% leaking. So it's open all the time, draining your energy.
What's the Chiron point?
Well, there's a planet Chiron, and it's to do with the wounded healer.
Oh, really?
So I would suspect, Sonja, that if you did go into the healing arts, you would be quite brilliant.
And Carl Jung writes about the wounded healer.
Yeah, right. What does he say?
Well, so many of the wounded people make good healers because they can see into the depths of the clients.
Yeah. Yeah, so I don't know if you've thought about that, Sonja, with all of the work you've done on yourself, actually starting to do some, study and maybe you've already started doing something like that, because, yeah, I totally agree. The people who've been through the biggest challenges often make brilliant healers because they've got so much empathy and sympathy, but they've obviously got to set themselves up with some strength in behind that and some processes so they don't take on too much stuff, being an empath. So what do we need to do for this little wounded healer point? Okay, so Okay, so we need to go into one of the higher chakras. Well, let's not muck around. So we need to go to the highest one, the 13th chakra. So the 13th chakra is the I am. It's I choose to be. It's the connection to God. It's the connection to becoming. It's this. It's where our pineal gland connects to us. So there's a whole bunch of stuff going on with the 13th chakra. So yeah, and as you may know, with all of the work you've done, the pineal gland, when it's coated, and a lot of medications, and I'm not sure about yours, but some medications have got fluoride in them, and the longer we take them, that fluoride builds up in the pineal gland. There was a study done about 10 years ago that showed that the pineal gland takes on more fluoride than any other part of the body. The thyroid is very connected, but the pineal, it's like it just sucks in fluoride, and that can really mess with our ability to have that spiritual life.
Good quality water.
Yeah, we need to be purifying, but you know, if you're taking a drug every day that's got fluoride in it, anyway, that's just a thought. I'm not sure about yours, Sonja.
And they're all different.
They are all different. So we want to activate the pineal gland. Comes in also through the mandibles. So when we're in stress, sometimes we're clenching that jaw all day, every day. And I just want you to say, I choose to be.
I choose to be.
And again.
I choose to be.
And again.
I choose to be.
And hold. Okay. And hold. Beautiful. So it's only first stage stress, which is awesome. So again, that lets me know how much work you've done, Sonja. Okay, so what do we need to do for the 13th chakra?
I'll say the work she's done is a good basis.
Oh, absolutely.
Right, so it's good to credit that.
Oh, always, always. Yeah, right. It's affecting the structure of the body as well. So basically that's telling me that because of that lack of I choose, which is one if you're doing affirmations daily, Sonja, I choose to be is like saying, I'm allowed to be here as a human on the planet. It is fun to be a human. I choose to be. So what it's doing, it's affecting your structure. So let's just go and have a very quick look at what we need to pop in there. Right, so I think part of your body, because of the horrible visions and things you're getting that are stressing you out so much, it's got your body physically in a running or a fight, flight, freeze. So anyway, we'll have a quick look at what it is. Just relaxing. Yeah, so there's a right-sided gate down here. Let's see if your hips are out. Hold. Hold. Yeah, so what that indicates is that your body is loose, you know, so it's loosening the joints so that your body can run from the bear up the tree and, you know, basically do as much as you can on a physical level. I'm going to check your arm length as well. Fingers outstretched. Oh, God, look at that.
That was a bit. Try it again.
That's out by like 4 or 5 inches.
Centimetres.
Oh, yeah, centimetres, thank you.
2.5 inches.
Yeah, so about yay
2.5.
big. So let's go have a look. So yeah, the body's out of kilter. Do I need to check the big gates as well? No, okay. So what do we need to do for the 13th? I choose to be. I choose to be. It is fun to be a human. I choose to be. Okay. Do I need to go into adrenal, survival, deep survival, hidden deep survival? So I need to go into a hidden deep survival pattern for you. So that's the unconscious brain trying to hide stress from yourself. Obviously, you're fully aware of it all the time, but your unconscious brain is actually trying to hide it from you so that you get a bit of peace.
That's like a defense mechanism.
Oh, absolutely. And your sixth sense is really heightened. So because your sixth sense is so connected with everything, that's making you really vulnerable to these visions. Okay. So the first little area going on that's showing up in the subclausal, in the periventricular survival system, is your orbitofrontal cortex. This is the area about conflict. So, you know, it's like being connected and seeing visions and things. There's one part of it that's incredibly empowering. You know, you've got a skill that other people don't have. So there's this amazing side of what you've got going on. But because it's so traumatic for you and it keeps taking you back into traumas and filling your life with this anxiety, it's not a lot of fun. But other people don't have your gift either. So this is about conflict, and it's about conflict in a part of your brain that is dry. It's in the same part of your brain as your heartbeat, digestion, and breathing. So we need to calm down that conflict in there. So limbic, CV23, large intestine 15. And hold. And hold. No. So the orbitofrontal cortex is very stressed. Yeah, so it pops your body into escape, submission, freeze all the time. And I don't know, with all of the work you've done, and you probably have done this, but maybe make a few I choose to be calm. I choose to be clear. I choose to be at peace. Have some written down that you can look at throughout the day. Saying things out loud is always even better. And if you can even record them and have them playing in the background so that you're hearing them, that can be really powerful. Okay, the next little area showing up is the anterior cingulate gyrus. This little part of the brain is to do with survival mechanisms. So you don't want to go out there into public and have people seeing you going through your trauma. So then it keeps us locked away so that we can't go out. So the anterior cingulate gyrus is about how we worry about how other people see us socially. So when we're in survival, we don't want them to see us. CV21, 27. And hold. And hold. And that's escape, submission, freeze again with the amygdala.
And that's kind of automatic.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, within 1/500th of a second. And that's, you know, in kinesiology world, we sort of talk about it being funny that our brain is like a computer, but it's being programmed by a 2-year-old. Because a lot of our patterns are set up by the time we're 2 years old.
That's right before memory too.
Yeah. Okay. So that little combo is messing with your reticular activating system. Yeah, so that's messing with your serotonin levels. And of course, some of those drugs will be hoping to affect positively the serotonin, but in reality, long term, they don't.
Long term, some can reduce it.
Yeah, long term, they often reduce it. In not just some of them, mostly they reduce it long term. Because it destroys the receptors in the gut, and we make up to 95% of our serotonin in the gut. So even having things like, and I'm not sure what supplementation you're taking along with your medications, but things like, you've probably heard me say it before, but methylated Bs are really important, especially if we've got anything going on with anxiety in the brain. Because quite often our brain, you know, there's too much information going in, our brain can't get the thoughts out. So methylation actually helps that process. So by improving our methylated Bs, and there's lots of good combinations of methylated Bs out there.
What does methylated mean?
So if B vitamins are unmethylated, your body has to break them down.
Right.
If they're methylated, they're already activated so that your body can utilize them.
Right.
And some people's genetics don't allow them to methylate the Bs because we've screwed up our genes so much with toxicity. And a really good multi-mineral would be a really good amino acid formula, as well as a good mineral formula, as well as a methylated B formula, would give a huge amount of nutrition to your body. I was listening to something this morning that was talking about a guy over 100 years ago who was helping people's brains by things like fasting and broths and raw milk. So I think it was meat broths or raw milk, or but basically keeping the diet so clean that there was nothing in there. But we're talking like over 100 years ago, when people were having anxiety and people had all sorts of neuro regenerative processes go on.
And you could actually get raw milk.
And I don't know where you are in the world, Sonja, but they're making it so hard to get clean, healthy food all around the world. No conspiracy going on. There's another reticular activating system circuit. Okay, so there's another RAS circuit again, messing with the serotonin. So this means that your unconscious brain is shutting down serotonin deliberately so you don't miss the next tiger. And because those tigers are the visions, they're that feeling you're getting all day, every day, your brain is deliberately stopping you from feeling peace and calm. So let's go and see what we need to, all right. And this time, the low serotonin is blowing your base chakra so you don't feel safe and secure and calm and at peace. Like, it sounds like you're even doing meditation processes, just a couple of little things that you can do that, if, once again, you've probably got things similar to this. But sitting cross-legged, fingers, thumb to pointer finger, holding them, and then having your tongue on the roof of the mouth and one of the hands over the pubic bone. So basically what that does, if you do that for about anywhere between 3 and 12 breaths, what you're doing is increasing your celestial circuit function. Because by having the tongue on the roof of the mouth, you're activating the governing vessel. By having the hand down here over the pubic bone, you're activating the central meridian. So you're actually encouraging the flow of those two meridians. By using these two fingers, the thumb and the pointer finger, that's the large intestine and lung energies. So that's about grief. So every time you do that, you're sending energy to your lungs. And after often 5, 10, 20 seconds, people get a nice deep breath by doing that. It just comes beautifully, and that lets you know that that circuit has actually been activated, which is a really nice thing to do. So let's go back and check that RAS circuit. Okay, so that second serotonin one is clear. Okay, so this time we've got noradrenaline. So either side of the belly button on some large intestine points. Those points there are to do with noradrenaline, which is the assumption of long-term stress. The assumption that your nervous system is never going to have peace and calm in its life. So the assumption of long-term stress. And again, the base chakra is being blown the more you run your noradrenaline pathways. But again, it's to keep you aware so that you don't miss the tiger in the room. Your brain is deliberately stopping you from having peace and calm in your world so you don't miss the tiger. Okay, is there anything more in the PVSS? I think that's clear. Let's go and have a check. So Hidden deep survival. Hold. Hold. Yeah, so it's back to clear, which is good. Okay, so that was all about the Chiron point. So asking the body, is it possible to find out how balanced the Chiron point is? Okay, so do we want to check how leaky it is or how closed it is? How closed it is. Okay, so to 10 to 20 to 30 to 40 to 50 to 60 to 70. 60 to 70%. Okay, so we're nearly there. So it's starting to really seal itself. Again, just double checking the positioning of it. Yep, so it is, again, it's behind there. So again, just stack it in there. So it's 60 to 70% sealed. Okay, so again, what do we need to do next? Okay, there's something, I just need to go and find out where we need to go with this. Oh, okay. Right, I need to, I actually need to stop for a second. I'm going to come back with a chart of the map of consciousness. I'll just be a sec, Sonja.